Oh look, he changed the intro again, because he can't make up his freaking mind! It's been way too long since I started this, hasn't it? So, to clarify, back when I hit 4,000 subscribers, I decided to announce a Q&A as a little celebration, and now we're almost at 9,000, guys, and to be honest, that is something that I never expected. It's something I never thought would even happen in my life, and here we are. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much for sticking around. But I started a Q&A and it's about time that I went and finished it, so let's get going, shall we? Jack T. Herbert says, "Why'd you leave the keys up on the Nah, for real though, which of your charts did you spend the most time on and how much time was spent on it? And what is the rough time split between making the audio edits and actually charting the track out?" So in terms of making memes, I would say that Tables and Memes was probably took the longest because it took about 2 months. I started it, I couldn't come up with any ideas, so I put it on the shelf, and then that's when Cosmic Latte got a hold of me and said, "Hey, I'm working on a Fire and Flames meme track and I need your help." So we basically combined our ideas together, and then the rest is history. The rough time split between making the audio edits usually, I usually wait a day or two, because trust me, when you're making a chart like that, you have to listen to it over and over and over and over again. So it's usually a couple of days between making it and charting it, and even still charting it takes another couple of days. Charming 2.0 says, "What is your relationship with Table?" I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a dead joke. It's a dead joke, and a lot of people, especially those who don't really like me, they blame me for killing that joke, and I kind of feel like I did, and I feel like I just suck for that. I mean, I thought it was funny at the time, but when I look back at it, I used it to no end, and I don't know what I was thinking. I ran that joke to the dirt, and if I could go back and like make up for that somehow, I really wish I could. K-Roto Gaming says, "So, in Tables and Memes, it appears a section from Tribute was input in TTFAF, and the section in TTFAF was put in Tribute. Intentional or unintentional?" Intentional. Jake Pelletier says, "Why do you do this? Out of all the things you could do with your life, why this?" Because reasons. I'm very much bored says, "Roughly how many meme sound clips do you have saved and ready to use in a meme chart?" Roughly a lot. Abimation says, "How long does it take on average to make a video?" Usually anywhere between a couple of hours to a couple of days. Keep up the great work. Thank you! Zuli says, "Hi BandiPat, congrats for hitting 4K. Want to ask you, how do you get the idea of a meme chart and decide which meme goes into that sauce?" I don't know. I just go to work and I come up with things on the spot. I don't know what you want! I don't know what you want! I don't know what you want me to say! What do I say? Ah! Dandy Artist says, "Alright, Bandy, my dude. What was your favorite magic trick when you were doing magic shows?" It's not a meme-related question. Thank you. Thank you, Dandy. Thank you, Dandy. Dandy and Bandy. Frolicking in the forest. For those of you who don't know, I am a magician, actually. And I'm not making that up. I've been practicing the art for a long time. What was it? What was I like? About 6 or 7 years I've been actually practicing it and researching it. But I've been into it since I was 9. So, yeah. My favorite magic trick when doing magic shows was and still is the cleverly named Cups and Balls. And that's because it's a trick that utilizes everything that you need to master to be a magician. You got sleight of hand, and you got the elements of sleight of hand. You got the different I guess subcategories of sleight of hand. You know, palming, stealing, ditching, switching, all that good stuff. Misdirection, communication, patter. That's just a handful of things, but it's a trick that uses everything that you need to know and master to be a magician, and it's also a really good trick for practicing that kind of thing. So that's why I like it so much. Plus, it's a lot of fun. Kevin L says, dude, I love your meme songs. Thank you. He also asks if you can make a meme song out of one of the songs made by the band The Offspring, which would it be? You're gonna go far, kid, because I love that song. Cash the Songbird says, since you have 2 brothers, if I'm not mistaken, what is your relationship with them? Just like any other part of my family, I love my brothers, and we're cool. DNX Machina says, how long does it take on average to make meme charts? And how do you get the ideas for the charts? And thank you for introducing me to Avenged Sevenfold via Meme Country. No problem, man. Avenged Sevenfold? One of my favorite bands. Love them. Like I said earlier, it does take a few days, and also the ideas just come to me on the spot. Landon Light says, how can I become one with the memes? Meditate for 27 hours a day. Bibo Lalach says, favorite band? It is really hard for me to pick a favorite because I have a lot of bands that I really love. But if I were to pick a top 5, I would say Metallica, System of a Down, Megadeth, Mr. Bungle, and Ween. Baron Von Nuck says, I love the snowball effect. Seems like I was just talking to you about your 420 sub special. You've gotten far, brother. Keep on trucking. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. And yes, the 420 sub special is a thing, and it's still on my channel for the world to see. Bodgen says, hi, Bandy. Congrats on the subs. So you said before that making meme charts and streaming is your hobby. Can you tell us something about your job? What is it and how many hours do you waste working? Love your content. Thank you. So at the time that I made the announcement, I worked as a delivery driver for Domino's Pizza, which I had to quit. And I quit the job for several reasons. But just to give a couple of examples, the boss was lazy, the staff was incredibly rude and constantly harassing me, and my hours were getting cut to the point where paying the bills was impossible. My last paycheck was $20. I quit that job, and as of now I'm working at another pizzeria called Pudgy's. I think it's a local place. I don't do delivery anymore. I applied for a position doing delivery, but all those slots are basically full. But when I got the job offer, the boss asked if I wanted to try my hand in coming into the morning and making dough by hand. And I thought I'd go for it, try it out, and it turns out I love that job. I come in in the morning, open up the store, and just make a lot of dough. Probably roughly 100 to 200 pizzas a day. And I love doing it. It's a great job. Bim Bam Flim Flam says, what was your favorite custom to make? I don't know. I really don't have a favorite. I don't. I just plain don't. Arlog says, since you've done SFM stuff in the past, have you thought of making an SFM video background for any upcoming charts? I still do SFM stuff, though not as much as I used to, but I want to get back into doing Source Filmmaker. I have considered doing that, but I ultimately decided not to because it would just animation. And this is a big thing that not a lot of people seem to get. Animation takes a very, very, very long time. So doing an SFM video background is possible, but it would mean that releasing charts would take a lot longer, and it would be a lot more work for something like that. And you know, maybe it'll happen someday, but it's not something that I would do all the time. Palfo here says, how did you learn to edit songs? Completely self-taught, actually. Bloom HD says, how do I silence the voices in my head? Meditate for 27 hours a day. A guy on the internet says, why do birds? Because birds. They do bird things. We can't control them. Just let the birds do their bird things. What do the birds ever do to you? Just let them do their bird stuff. You can do your people stuff. We do our people stuff. Birds do their bird stuff. Come on. It's that easy. So anyway, yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this Q&A. And if you have a question, leave it in the comments below, because this is not the last one that I'm going to be doing. And maybe in a future episode of BandiPat Answers Your Questions and stuff, maybe we'll actually be able to see your question into the thing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm tired and I need a nap. Anyway, with that being said, I will see you guys next time. This is BandiPat signing off.